Hey guys, ANTOSS back again with another review, and today I'm talking about the Smoktech Terminator. There she is. It is a atomizer tank running at 2.4 ohms. I currently have it on ProVary running at 3.7 volts. So if you don't have a VV mod device or you're on an Ego, this is how it's going to be. Straight off the bat, I gotta tell you, this tastes fucking fantastic. Really nice, okay? But it does have some major downfalls, which I will explain to you in a second. Okay, so let me just take that off real quick. So, you know, this is, I'm generally, if you've been following me or watching my videos, you'd know that I'm generally, I don't look into atomizer dripping type systems, but this one did sound luring to me because it is advertised to either be used as a dripping type atomizer or more or less a bottom feeder, more like a sort of a Bogue F16, like a tank cartomizer. So that sounded fantastic to me. Okay, so I have got it set up as a bottom feeder. Now, if you continue to watch towards the end of this video, I show how to fill this up because it is a little bit confusing. Okay, but I will show you how to set it up as a bottom feeder. Okay, now it tastes fantastic. It really does. I'm so pleased about how it vapes. It's got large vapor clouds, a decent throat hit, but the flavor is sensational. Really good. It really is. Okay, now I'm gonna just put this up to 4.2 and then I'm going to talk about the major downside to it. Okay, so I'll put that back on there. Okay, we'll put it up to 4.2. Okay, 4.2. And once again, this is an atomizer running at 2.4. Really nice tasting. Really nice tasting. It tastes fantastic. It's you know, I use sweet flavors and it has like an extra boost of sort of sweetness to it. It tastes really good. Okay, now the downside to it is very fiddly. Okay, it's sort of a little bit complex in how to fill it and how to refill it is sort of the main issue that I have with it. Okay, now this is advertised to be a you know, a rebuildable sort of atomizer. Okay, now I am not a rebuildable sort of person. I've never sort of claimed to be, but I just bought this just to see how it vapes and give my opinion on. I had no intention of sort of continue vaping on it, rebuilding it, but I was very interested. You know, it's a very aggressive name, Terminator, and it vapes pretty good. It's got a good taste, decent throat hit, but the highlight for it is the taste. Now the downside for it is if you do want to turn it into a bottom feeding sort of tank sort of cartomizer, it's kind of easy enough to initially fill it. Okay, now once again, if you continue to watch this video, I will show you how. But the problem is maintaining the refill is actually the problem, which I've never really experienced sort of before. This is a more of a complex sort of and fiddly sort of design that I'm not used to, and I won't venture on into. Okay, but it's worth a look if you're a rebuildable sort of a person, and you like, you know, getting your hands sort of greasy and dirty and working with these things. You might find a bit of pleasure out of this. You know, if you just continue on and I'll show you how to fill it. Just for general people watching this right now who are used to sort of a normal tank cartomizer and things like that, I wouldn't recommend that you buy it. It's not an easy to use product. It's not, you know, the benefits don't outweigh the sort of the bad things with it. And really the bad thing that is wrong with it is refilling. Okay, I'll explain the filling towards the end of the video, but I should probably explain the refilling. Now you will see how I fill it after this video, near the end of the video, but the problem is I didn't actually explain it towards the end of the video. Is refilling this is a bitch. It is a complete disaster. Really. I mentioned towards the end of the video this sort of opening here, okay, which is fine, but maintaining that opening while taking this bottom cap off and refilling it is kind of a bit of a disaster. It really is, and none of it works really well. If it did if this sort of mechanism locked into place, we'd be having a different conversation right now. But it is very loose, it is very temperamental, and initially filling it is fine, refilling it is a disaster. Therefore, it is a big thumbs down from me. I wouldn't recommend that you buy it. This is only for sort of, you know, very high experience vapors who work, you know, who rebuild entire sort of atomizers and things like that, which is not me. So if you're into it, you might find pleasure out of it. For me and a lot of other people, you know, I like to keep things simple, and this isn't simple. And it'd be interesting to see if you are highly experienced. What do you think of this? Because I can't even imagine working with this. It's a, you know, I'm going to call it a pretty bad product. It vapes pretty well, but it's just way too finicky, and I'm not sure, even for an experienced vapor, I think this might be a bit too finicky for everyone. Okay, all right guys, thanks for hanging with me today. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, welcome back. Now I'm just going to show you how to easily sort of fill this up to prepare it for a bottom feeding sort of atomizer, similar to sort of a tank cartomizer. Okay, now all you're going to do now on the net and things like that, it says remove the top and push it up and things like that. I found an easier way. All you got to do is push the whole middle bit inwards towards the bottom. Okay, so hold it from there, push in, and see that pops out. Okay, so you'll pop that out, and now what you're going to do now, as is when you first receive this, the atomizer actually appears to be sealed, but it isn't. Okay, so all you need to do is sort of grip it from the bottom here and just sort of turn it anti-clockwise. Okay, and you can see that opening there. So basically what that opening is doing is letting the juice into the wicks to the atomizer, and that's how you get your awesome vapor. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get our syringe, and we are just going to pump it full of e-juice here. Okay, that'll do for demo purpose, and then we will simply put the bottom cap back on. Now this, you know, you got to sort of force it on a bit. Okay, now it's back in there securely. Okay, now on your initial fill anyway, when you first fill it, what you're actually going to do is take the chip tip off. Okay, and inside there you can see the it probably doesn't show on camera, but the atomizer is exposed, the coil is exposed, so we're just going to put a few drops in there. Okay, okay, I'll probably there's probably about 10 drops or so, okay, just to get it wet. All right, now make sure that the bottom feeder is all the way down. Okay, so basically once this juice level comes all the way down below that opening that we just made, once the liquid level is below that, it's almost you know, it's not going to absorb anymore. So you just got to make sure that the liquid's always above that line that we created there. Okay, and then you should be okay to go. All right, thanks guys, and vape on. See ya.